Okay, my name is Dr. Deva Ghosh. I was born in India, studied in India with my bachelor's degree in physics and geology and master's in geophysics. And then I taught in Benares University for many years as associate professor. Then I went to Holland where I did my master's and, uh, and diploma in mineral exploration and also my PhD in geophysics. And that is about my education. After that, I started working for Shell International in 3 continents, namely Europe, North America, and then in Africa. And I worked for Shell for 25 years, mostly in technological positions as 3D research manager, head of specialized geophysical studies, and also as research advisor for Shell's research centers in US and Netherlands. Then, after 25 years, I joined Petronas as a custodian, or what they call it, a chief scientist, and I was responsible for the worldwide geophysical activities, uh, training of local staff, and also evaluating local staff. So after 10 years in Petronas, then I joined University of Technology as professor in geophysics, which currently I hold, also as the head of the newly formed Center for Seismic Imaging. That kind of sums up my work experience. The University of Technology was formed primarily in 1997 or around about as an engineering university. Only in the last 5 or 6 years, uh, because of the interest of Petronas in geoscience, uh, the geoscience program was introduced, and then I was transferred to Petronas from Petronas to UTP, where I was given the task of developing the Center for Seismic Imaging and Hydrocarbon. So this would be for Petronas a one-stop center where all geophysical research would be done and students will produce, innovations made, and all these would then be kind of transferred to Petronas to help them be a more successful company. Okay, the Center of Seismic Imaging is great because this is the first of its kind, definitely in Malaysia, if not in the whole Asia Pacific region, where geophysics, especially petroleum geophysics, is practiced, researched, and students get their master's and PhD degrees. In the process, they also innovate a lot of new ideas, and these ideas will then form the backbone for Petronas' application in oil and gas industry. So this is really a great achievement that University of Technology Petronas can achieve to be more productive and more known in oil and gas. Okay, I think that we do have a brochure on the CSI. All the details can be found there. But roughly, I would say, roughly about a minimum of 8 students have already got their master's degree from various countries, and I can name those countries. They are from Pakistan, from Sudan, from Malaysia, and also some from Indonesia. And about 4 students, 2 have already got their PhD, 3 have already got their PhD degrees in geophysics, which is an achievement by itself, and 2 are pending. And hopefully by the end of this year, they will get their PhDs. So it looks a very bright future, and especially with the downturn of the oil and gas industry, most of the professionals have centered to improve their careers, and hence we are seeing a lot of influx of experienced people from the industry trying to go back to the academics. And that is a very good uh, value for money for UTP, as they will not only produce good students, but they will also produce experienced staff with higher degrees. So I see a bright future for both CSI as well as for UTP. I think we are interested in all topics in exploration and production, which would include basin analysis, seismic, data processing, imaging, seismic evaluation, hydrocarbon prediction, reservoir simulation, time-lapse seismic, and reservoir modeling. Those are the main topics of interest, and however, we are very open to go into borderline sciences like petroleum engineering, like geology, and even to some extent in drilling. We are interested to close the gap between the various sciences and produce more roundabout integrated students who can switch from one discipline to the other. It has always been very important to everyone. And if you trace the history of the earth, when the earth was formed from the Gondwana land or the Pangea, when it broke up into various continents, at one time in geological history it was one continent, and now we have 6 or 7. What caused them to drift? That was the tectonic forces, and that causes the seismic waves. So seismic waves have been long before geology or any other sciences, and of course that seismic was very much feared because it caused earthquakes and so on. Today's seismic, we use the same tools, the same principle, but to our advantage. Why is seismic important? Because we want to locate hidden resources, and although geology is always the fundamental science, but we cannot see geology because it is hidden inside the earth. The only way to see the geology is to make an image with the seismic method. Yeah, I think that this center is an integral part of UTP, and it will remain as long as the science goes on, which means that today's seismic has the same value as 20 years ago, when the basic sciences like physics, mathematics, biology, chemistry were the fundamentals. Today we need the fundamentals, but we also want to go more into application. And seismic is the tool for application, particularly to image the subsurface. So I see a bright future for seismic, and also the interest of today's student. When in my time we were more interested in basic sciences like physics, mathematics, and geology. But today's new generation, they want more quantification. They want to apply the knowledge they have in the computer. And seismic is a tool that is very much suitable for computer application, visualization, and so on. So the young generation is fascinated by the seismic method. I think the last thing is that our job in the university is different than in the industry. Our job is to educate, to impart our knowledge to the students. And irrespective of the job market, irrespective of the interest in business, the interest in the seismic methodology and related sciences will always remain. So I do not see a downturn of students coming in. Now, what I would have liked is that more of the students, instead of going to the industry, at least they come back and try to take the burden of our education here in UT.